Okay, let's cover a little bit of how we're going to control the guillotine from the closed guard. This will either happen because your partner screwed up their posture and you managed to gain a guillotine control from inside the closed guard, which, man, that should be really tough to do. But occasionally what will happen is we'll end up in like an almost takedown scenario where I gain the guillotine control and I end up on the bottom of the closed guard. I don't recommend trying to finish from here. Again, it can be done, particularly with the arm in guillotine. Actually, the high elbow guillotine is almost impossible to do from here in the circumstance that I've described, because Rory's shoulder will be covering me. Like, it'll be really tricky for me to get my arm, but if I've got my arm out, it's certainly doable to make these adjustments and control, which again, we'll go over finishes in the future, but again, it can be done, and the high elbow, they can both be done. But when it comes to the control, because we are utilizing a clamp style guards are not great at keeping somebody away. They're great at pulling people in. And what we want to do with a guillotine is control the neck while pushing the hips away. Very much like when we do a rear naked choke. We're kind of using the hooks to extend someone's body away, creating that stretch of the neck, making them weaker. So when we get to here, what I'm always looking to do, let's just turn a little bit more this way, and we'll give you another angle of this later. What I'm looking to do, whether it's arm in or arm out, is I'm looking to go from my closed guard to a butterfly hook with my left foot. Right? So if I've got the right arm guillotining, I'm going to try my best. First off, if his hips and knees are close to me, that makes my life exponentially more difficult because I'm trying to get into this space here, especially if you've got long legs. That's really, really tricky. So the first thing I'm going to do with my closed guard is I'm going to use the little bit of distance management for like pushing away that I can gain and just extend him out without losing his head, right? If I overdo this, he'll pop out. So you have to make sure that you're still covering and extending. And as I do, I'm staying seated up, extending away, and I'm gonna put my foot down on my left side as close with my heel and my butt as I can, while my right leg, again, we'll give you another angle, but my right leg is pushing that hip away. My knee is framing. So try to push back in, like close the gap. It's not impossible, but it's hard. As I do that, I'm gonna hip escape and get my knee in a little bit and then replace. So I'm pushing in with my knee and I'm finding my butterfly hook. So try to bring your knee in now. I just slip inside it. Yeah. So as I frame here, I just push, 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 and I let my shin come inside. Now I've got my butterfly hook, and as soon as I do that, I'm using this to elevate and start to go back to this side. And every time I do, I take my butterfly hook out and I place my shin across the hip. Right? The reason I take my butterfly hook out is now if he catches me in the half guard, we're gonna be here forever. I'm not gonna be able to activate my hips to finish. Right? To finish, like I said, we'll go over this, but to finish, I need my hips to be mobile. So I can start to hip away and then actually derive the power from my hips. So when we're organizing our closed guard guillotine, we very much want the opposite side butterfly hook. I don't really want to get my right butterfly hook in. That doesn't help me. That sweeps him to the weak side for me and allows him a really good opportunity to pass my guard. I never want to take my partner that way. I want to make sure that I'm dropping to this side, getting this butterfly hook in. So let's give you a little bit of a different angle. There you go. So we end up here, we end up in the guillotine position, but we've got our closed guard. Feet come down. Very important when our feet come down, they don't come down like this, right? As he starts to, I mean, that should be really obvious, but you never know what's obvious nowadays. Feet down, balls of the feet, not so much heels because I need to be a little bit more mobile. My knee is pressing and my right leg is extending. So I'm continuously working my way onto my strong side as my knee comes in. Now that I've got my knee in, I can move my hips and organize my left hook while pinning this leg down. The reason I want to pin this leg down is even when I get my left butterfly hook, if this is out, he could still hop over it. The other one, like just hop right over it. Yeah, this is still possible, right? Especially taller people, guys with really good control of their center of gravity. If I only end up with this one butterfly hook, it's especially if Rory reaches down and grabs my foot. There we go. He's got a lever controls it. Yeah, that's no longer a butterfly hook. He's just controlling a lever. So if that occurs, since I grab that foot again, but I've got this. Now if he goes to hop over, he's restricted, and I'll be able to activate that butterfly hook again. So just be aware that when we open the guard, we are pushing away, basing, getting our foot on the thigh if we need to, getting this butterfly hook, and then lacing this in for a staple so we can extend our partner, flip them over, and then we take our leg out immediately. I don't keep this leg in. I get to here. He's now blocked from recomposing his half guard. I can now activate this lever, get on top, and move into the mount and attempt to finish. So that's going to be how we utilize our closed guard guillotine control to get ourselves back on top.